G'day fellas and welcome to the Age of Empires 4 Season 3 update preview. Not only is the update happening, it is happening today. I don't know exactly how many hours it's going to be from when this video gets posted, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours. But obviously, you know, check your Twitters, check your Reddits, check your whatnots. Season 3 is upon us. Let's have a look and see exactly what we've got coming up, because this is an absolutely huge patch. One of the biggest that's ever happened. And I'm looking forward to going through it. So let us begin by taking a look at what the devs have got to tell us. October 25th is right around the corner, and with it comes Age of Empires 4's Anniversary Edition and the Season 3 Anniversary Update. We're excited to celebrate with you all and thought we'd get the party started with an early and in-depth view of everything you can expect with Season 3, including new civs, challenges, achievements, features, and more. Whether you're interested in owning new strategies with the Malians and Ottomans, building your skill set with Art of War challenges, competing in 1v1 solo ranked, or competing with friends in the all-new teamed ranked, or earning a set of age-themed rewards, we've got a little bit of something for every playstyle coming your way with Season 3 Anniversary. Here's just a sample of what you can look forward to in the update. 2 new civs, the Ottomans and Malians, along with corresponding Art of War challenges, masteries, and achievements. The start of Ranked Season 3, the introduction of Team Ranked and brand new rewards. Use taunts against your opponent and spice up your games with cheats. 8 new maps and 2 new biomes, which, by the way, the new biome, Mediterranean, absolutely the best biome there ever has been and ever will be. It is so damn good. Naval balance rework brings a new opportunity to naval matches and waypoint markers to set unit paths. Now, one of the things to note is that Ranked Season 3, as far as I'm aware, is starting right away, which is a very welcome change to Season 2. For anybody who forgets about Season 2, there was a 2-week gap between Season 1 and Season 2. Not on at all. Not today. We're going straight into it, I believe, so we can see the start of Season 3, Ranked Season 3. So let's go down. Let's get into it. So build spotlight, new civilizations, Ottomans, Malians. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find this page. So if you want to click on these links, then you're going to be able to do that. New Art of War challenges. These ones are really, really fun. The Ottomans have a great one. The Malians, it's not as good. It's a little bit more boring. It's pretty easy, I'm going to be honest. But the Ottoman one is definitely quite a lot of fun. And then, of course, we've got caster mode, which you will see plenty of on this channel coming up. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Introducing taunts and cheats. So you can see one of the new cheats. Photon Man in here in all of his glory. Look at him go. Look at him go with a little spacesuit over the relic. Aren't you pretty, Photon Man? And of course, we've got taunts, so you can finally type in 1, 2, 3. Well, it's a little bit different. You got to type in /1, /2, /3. Personally, I would have just loved to have been able to type in 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and get all that. Now, we've got new maps as well. Forest Ponds, that's what it looks like. Very, very similar to four Ponds, I think it's called. I can't remember the exact name, but not the same map. Hideout, wood in the middle. Very open on the outside with lots of resources on the outside. Mountain clearing, meme map, just laugh at it. Wetlands, also a meme map, laugh at it. No, this is basically like, I was going to say Frisian marshes, if you ever saw that map, but lots of little ponds with lots of little shorefish on it. Plenty of food on this map. A lot of sheep, a lot of berries, a lot of deer. There's just a lot of food. I mean, you're not going to have to make a farm until like 30 minutes on this map, so an interesting one. Prairie, I like this map. Good map. I'm definitely going to be voting to keep this one in. I like it a lot. Great map, very open, like Dry Arabia, but you got less wood on the map, so there's more raiding, but you've got more resources near your starting town center, so a little bit strange. Water holes, so think of 2 ponds, same thing. You know how we had 4 ponds up here? Well, now we got 2 ponds down here. Yes, it's exactly like your chans. It's an interesting map. It's a weird one. I'm probably going to downvote this one. Then we got Mediterranean, which is definitely an amazing map. I'm a big fan of Mediterranean. I think it's a great map. So good job to the devs for this one for making such a good map. And then of course we've got Oasis, which has got the water in the middle, wood around the outside, and then open on the outside even further. So they're all the brand new maps that we're getting out. Now, we're also getting Season 3 rewards. That is right. So you're getting new portraits available. And look at this. This is from Age of Empires 3. Look at that. That is a cool portrait. I think that's from Age of Empires 3. You can see the little guns behind her. This is from the Ottomans, I think. And this, I've got no idea where this is from. New coat of arms as well. And look, you can see you've got the Photon Man who is on the coat of arms. So very, very cool. And so you can see the way that you want to, if you want to unlock those, then you've got the ways that you can do it there. So Season 3 ranked and leaderboard. So you'll be able to team up with friends and matchmake with other players to participate in ranked team games composing of 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4. We have ranked leaderboards available for team games as well as 1v1. Once Season 3 officially starts on October 26th. Okay, so there you go. So it's going to be 1 day. You got 1 day to get your build order ready, and then you're going into the ranked ladder. I love that. That is a 10 out of 10. Great job to the developers on that one. You'll be able to see how you stack up against other players in the ranked queues. Playing competitive games with your friends is already rewarding, but we've got some additional reasons. Just give me... I just want to see it. Oh my god, hold on. We're going to open this one. Copy image link. You know we're opening this one up in a brand new page. Look at that bad boy right there. So... we've got new logos. I don't know if logos is the right term. We've got new ones of these. Yeah, I guess new ranking logos. And aren't they cool? Don't they look absolutely epic? And oh, you can see there's different ones between the team and the solo. So the solo one's got like the little king thing in the middle. And then you've got like the conqueror in the team games, which is like the bear on the top. That is cool. I like it. Look at these helmets, the detail that goes in. And then, of course, you've got unique things that you can win as a result of being, if you finish as Conqueror in team, then you get this cool logo or cool profile picture. If you finish in solo Conqueror, then you also get the logo, but you also get the ram. That's what it's all about. It is all about getting that ram. You want to get that nice Conqueror. To be honest, I feel like the Conqueror is not the best. It's obviously, it is objectively the best, but I don't know whether it's, the best, if you know what I mean. Like this diamond one looks pretty sick. The gold one actually looks pretty damn good, so who knows. But anyway, we move on. Also included are unlockable taunts. So you've got access to taunts. So I think that's like 1 through to taunt 80 or something like that, or 100 or something like that. But then there's a whole bunch more taunts that are actually granted to you for participating in solo or team ranked in Season 3. So I don't know whether you get that at the end, but there's a whole bunch, and you can actually check them on the profile. So I can show you guys a bunch of those right now, just to see what they look like, because you can actually go into your profile and have a look. So you can hear... Wait, give me a sec.
No. Yes.
There you go. So there's some locked ones down here. So we got...
Attack the blue player. Attack the orange player.
Because, if I'm ever playing a team game, I'm like, attack the orange player. Yeah, that's taunt 90.
Attack the orange player.
Yeah, there we go. Now or defend the orange player.
The orange
that's what the other team is saying. The other team is like, yo, can I get some defense over here? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of taunts that you can get, and you can get unlockable taunts as well, including the best one. One of the best. And there's plenty of other taunts in here as well.
OP.
Like that one. They're describing me. But we continue moving forward. Map pool. So the way that it's going to work for Season 3 and ranked maps is you've got static maps. These maps do not change. So if we have a look here, you can see, oh my god, stop right-clicking, Drongo. Dry Arabia, great. The Pit, Hill and Dale, Mediterranean, not too bad. Ancient Spires, I don't know why I'm making this sound, but I'm just going to keep making it. Forest Ponds, Lipany, no, I like that map. And then we've got the maps that rotate into the pool. So already I'm like, well, I want to get rid of the Pit. I don't want to play that. I've got Hill and Dale. I don't want to play that. I've got Forest Ponds. Like, can I just get Dry Arabia, and can I just get like 7 Dry Arabias, and then we'll just call it fair? Well, to be fair, in ranked at the moment, you've got an option to downvote maps, but you don't have an option to upvote maps. I would love to be able to upvote maps so that I could find players who are like-minded, who have upvoted a similar map, and they want to party on the same map, same place, same time, me and you, mono in mono. That's what I love. But anyway, maybe we'll get that for Season 4. Hopefully we get that for Season 4. Rotating ranked maps, Nagari, Altai, Hideout, Waterholes, Boulder Bay, French Pass, King of the Hill, Highview, and Oasis. So some interesting maps in there, and these guys are going to rotate in, rotate out. We've got the quick play maps as well. I'm not going to read those ones out because there are so damn many of them. Look at them go. Oh, we don't get Prairie? Yo, why don't we get Prairie? That's actually a decent map, yo. Why am I saying yo so much? I'm still, nothing's changed, guys, I can assure you. Anyway. Naval rework. If you haven't seen that one, you've been sleeping under a rock, or maybe sleeping with the fishes. That is something that is probably best left for another video. Let's just put it this way: water's actually fun now, so you can come back. You can come back off the beach. Waypoint markers. If you haven't seen this already, this is absolutely great stuff as well. So 10 out of 10 job to the devs for this one. Look, it should have been here on release. It wasn't. Well, at least it's here now. There you go. That's it. And it's so much nicer playing with waypoint markers. I played a whole bunch of ranked on the ladder. I think I'm Conqueror 2, maybe almost Conqueror 3, but I think just a little bit shy of them at the moment. Playing without the ranked, or playing without the markers, it's very difficult. Playing with it, oh my god, it's so much better because you actually know what your units are going to do. And I know that sounds weird, but sometimes in Age of Empires, for your tick rate on the server isn't matched up with your tick rate on your PC, and you issue commands, and they don't always go through, and then you're kind of wondering, okay, why did my units do that? Well, now you know where your units are going to go. Like, have you ever sent your scout across the map and it's just run straight to the enemy town center? And you're like, what are you doing? I said, go behind the enemy town center. And it's like, yeah, I'm going behind the enemy town center. I'm just going to go past the enemy town center first. If you had a waypoint marker, you would have seen that your last click actually canceled all your shift commands, and it's only got that first one. And anyway, it's a good thing. Let's just put it that way. Waypoint markers, very welcome. And you guys can stay around. Game, stability and performance, you can read it if you want to. I'm not going to. Hotkey updates, read it if you want to. Shortcuts and remappable keys, wonderful stuff. Campaign, I know that there's some people out there. Major Foley, I'm looking at you. I know you love your campaigns. If you guys want to see some Age of Empires 4 campaigns, check out Major Foley on YouTube. Just type that one in. He does some campaigns for Age of Empires 4. He does campaigns for a lot of games. Go say good day to him. He is another great content creator for your campaign content. And now we get to balance. Balance is the fun part of this show. Now, we're not going to be talking about the naval balance rework. If you haven't already caught that one, go watch a couple of videos where we talk about that, or just jump into the game yourself and check it out, because there's been so many changes that to cover them in this video would probably be, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours long just to be talking about them. So we're just going to continue going through the changes until we actually get to some of the decent meat and potatoes. Changes to buildings and siege. So we can see here that the dock has had its health changed. By the way, the dock has now got the ability to get an emplacement. It's expensive though. It's 200 resources, so more expensive than a dock, but it's got a busted 11 range, so watch out for that. And then we've got a whole bunch of changes as well, but that's all changes to all with the water rework. So don't worry too much about that. This is what you came for. Gameplay changes, all civs. I mean, balance, gameplay changes. These are the meat and potatoes of the party. So let's dive into it. I'll give you a fork. You help me out with this one. General. We've added a new setting called Show Waypoint Markers for single actions. I encourage you guys to turn it on, because there will be times. Let me get the paint out right now. I'm going to get the paint out and I'm going to draw what happens, okay? So you've got the map, all right? That's your map. Hold on, those are rookie numbers. Let's bump those pixels up. Here's your map, and you're like, okay, Scout, I want you to go to here, and then I want you to go to here, and then I want you to go to here, and then I want you to go to here, right? And so your Scout's like, yeah, bro, sure. I'm going to go all the way to here, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to here. And then for some reason, your shift on the last command stops, and instead, the Scout runs directly to this point. Well, the waypoint marker is going to enable you to pick that up, and because your enemy TC is right there and your Scout just fed 7 sheep to the enemy TC, you're raging about it because you didn't have show waypoint markers for single actions on. So do turn it on. I encourage you. I implore you to turn it on. Siege units will now automatically unpack, pack, and chase enemy units when issued a force attack command. Good job. Fix an issue where villagers could not spawn on the side of the building closest to a designated rally point. Well, now they can, and it is much, much greater. If you've got a barracks, if you've got an archery range, you want to get those units out, you can do it now. That is great. Fix a notification issue where some unique technologies did not inform you of your completion. There you go. Now you're informed. Fix an issue where arrows fired from town centers, towers, and arrow ships, but would not play any audio. This caught me off guard at first. I'm like, damn, why does his town center sound like a keep? Well, that is why it sounds like a keep. So if you start diving the enemy TC and you're like, god damn, that's why. It's not doing any more damage. It's just doing a lot more sound. Changes to how sheep behave with allies. You can read it if you're interested. I'm not too much of a team game player at the moment, so all you need to know is that the sheep are now a little bit easier to defend and not going to be taken by your allies. Fixed an issue where sheep would slow down when they're approached near the town center after having been herded towards it. Yes, this was very frustrating, very annoying, but now they literally come right up to it, they hug it, and then they stop. Fix an issue where newly queued patrol commands would fail to queue if a previously queued patrol command was interrupted. Fix an issue where voice lines would not play when a unit was commanded to patrol. Fix classic queue command mode. Now the last command issued after releasing the queue modifier key is queued correctly instead of overriding all previous commands. This is what I was talking about when I was alt-tabbing back before about this command. This is specifically what I was talking about. So this is your map. I mean, that's not your map because your map's more of a diamond shape. Let's see if we can get that for you. There's your map right there. Let me fix that one up. So essentially what happens, right? Like let's say that you are holding down your shift button, okay? And you're like, okay, I want you to go here. You're holding down shift. I want you to go here. And then I want you to go to here. And then I want you to go to here. And then I want you to go to here, okay? Once you've let go of shift, okay? Once you've let go of shift, you should not be issuing any more commands. That's it. Your shift has been taken off. That's it. Your commands are done. But for whatever reason, Age of Empires 4 had it so that you were still giving commands up until this point. And so what would happen is that you would click on your screen, whether left click or right click whatsoever, and it would move your unit directly over towards that position. Or rather, it wouldn't move the unit over towards that position, and it would just cancel. It's complex to describe. Just all you need to know is that this is a great change, and it is so damn nice that they have done this. Me, the Muslim, and myself, there was another player who was always having Grubby. Grubby absolutely, don't get Grubby started on this one. But anyway, it's been fixed. Grubby should be a bit happier now. So Grubby, I don't know if you're watching this. Probably not. You're a busy guy. It's been fixed. Units will now respect their future state when executing queued commands. So monks can be queued to pick up a relic and then return it to a monastery. Imperial officials, I don't know whether they're going to be able to pick up tax and drop it off, but hopefully I'll have to double check that. I don't think that they can actually. So yeah, that still doesn't work. Fixed an issue where bombards/cannons could not damage university buildings. Fixed an issue where bombards misfiring audio and impact effects. The attack range on town centers now displays correctly for all civs, because apparently it wasn't. Units exiting rams or other transports will now become selected by default instead of the transport. Great change. That was very annoying, because you'd eject all your spearmen, and then you'd be like, okay, now move over here, and they're like, you're still talking to the ram, buddy. Anyway, all buildings set for a weapon priority of 80. So units will just attack the closest building instead of targeting specific ones. Note that they will still prioritize buildings that attack them. So before, I think like barracks had a priority of like 90 and houses had a priority of 50. And so your units would go and attack a barracks before they would go and attack a house, that sort of thing. Now it's just like whatever's closest to them, they're going to attack that. Unless something's attacking them, then they're going to go and get that. Relic gold generation reduced from 100 down to 80. So an interesting change here by the devs. I think it's still a pretty controversial one, but I'm a big fan of this just because I'm so bad at picking up relics. It's going to make relics a little bit weaker in the late game, going down from 500 gold a 1v1 to 400 gold a 1v1 game. And the torch range has been increased by 0.25 tiles for non-villager units. So that means your spearmen, your men-at-arms. It's going to be a bit easier for you to start torching down battering rams or anything. Actually, you don't torch those anymore, do you? I guess that's why it said non-villager units. So just buildings. Unit scout damage reduced from 2 to 1. This is specifically because of villager harassment. It's damn bloody annoying. Stop doing it. So hopefully people will stop doing it now. Scouts will now be grouped with other cavalry when in group formation. So scouts used to lead formations, and it was bloody annoying because, as you guys will know, formations in this game aren't the best. And whenever you put something in formation, it's like, well, the back's going to slow down, the front's going to try and speed up, but everyone just slows down to try and speed up to get into formation faster so it can move it at a decent speed together, and it just doesn't work. Spearman buffs. It's big, baby. Health increased by 10. Attack damage increased by 1. This is going to help with their early men-at-arms from the English, so you're going to be able to deal with them. I actually got rushed on the ladder in the old patch, so when I was climbing up the ladder to Conk 3, and someone did a men-at-arm rush to me, and I'm like, I'm going to respond to with Spearman and just see how it goes. It did not go well. It did not go well at all. It was terrible. Do not do it. It is... maybe do it now, though. Maybe it's a little bit better. I'm sure that they've worked it out. Infantry charge. So the minimum trigger distance reduced from 2 tiles to 1 tile. So there is a minimum distance on the amount of tiles required to charge. So it's been brought down. It's a good change. It buffs up infantry. It makes your spearmen stronger. Makes men-at-arms stronger. And the duration is also increased. So another good change. Going to help you chase down archers. So this is a little bit of a nerf to archers. A buff to infantry. A buff to the Holy Roman Empire. So all the Giga Chads out there, I can feel them getting happy. Rams. Weapon range increased. It's almost doubled. Actually, I'm just going to do some quick math here. I'm going to carry the one it's almost doubled. Bonus damage to walls increased from 100 to 200. Now, you might be going through these patch notes and being like, hold on a minute, Drongo. I swear I've seen you read these patch notes before. And you're right, you might have. But there are some small changes that have come through. So we're going through, we're just making sure that everyone's aware that these patch notes are the final patch notes that are going, this is it, they're going to live. If they're not in here, then you better start kicking up a stink on Reddit or Facebook or Instagram or the official forums. I don't know, wherever it is that you post your regular stinks about balance for Age of Empires 4, but keep it to those forums. Or maybe start some new forums if you're posting it on Instagram, because typically that's probably best reserved for, well, let's not go there. Counterweight Trebuchet, bonus damage reduced by 500 to 450, or from 500 to 450. Good change. Trebs are so good, dude. And this is a great change. Trebs also having their, or Traction Trebuchets having their range increase from 13 to 14. Probably a decent change, honestly. I feel like that's fine. They want to try and make the difference between Trebs and Bombards a little bit more noticeable. So you've got your Trebuchets, which are kind of your slow burning down the keep, and whereas your Bombards are like, I need it down now. So that's the kind of difference. Upgrades and techs. So reduce the research time and cost of economic technologies. So that is feudal age times have been reduced from 75 seconds down to 45. And the total resources cost from 250 to 150? Wait, really? That's insanity. So it went from 175.75 down to 150? What? That is crazy. Castle age techs from 70 to 60 and cost reduced from 500 to 350. So at this point in time, just to clarify, feudal age techs, or just technologies in general, aren't an option. They're not a decision. It's not a matter of if, but rather a matter of when. You must always get all of your feudal age techs. You must always get all of your castle age techs. Your imperial techs, even that's starting to border now on you must get your imperial age techs, at least getting your farm tech almost 100% of the time for your farming civs. That's big. That is huge. I didn't realize it was that big. I knew that it was changed. I didn't realize it was that drastic. This kind of buffs up one base play though. You know, this is something that I talked about quite a bit with China and Song Dynasty, because Song Dynasty is 1.5 town centers. China's got so many ways, and I mean, every civ's got ways that you can buff up your economy, but China in particular, through imperial officials, through the Song Dynasty, but you've also got granaries, and now you throw this in as well as another way to buff up the economy to try and keep up with that sort of two-base economy. And there is the potential for this kind of thing to really take off. That is absolutely insane. 150 resources. Do we start seeing people just immediately aging up and getting these techs? Like, do you dare start seeing wheelbarrow into like immediately double broadaxe? It's only 150 res. Like, that's not a lot. And it's a huge amount of value you're getting. 15% gather rate, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's 15% gather rate. Let me double check. I gotta double check. You got me double checking over here now, mods. I'm getting all excited. Holy Roman Empire, Lumber Camp, double broad. It's 15%, dude. It is 15%. You throw in a wheelbarrow on that. Am I calling it right now? Are we just gonna start seeing, like, what would it be? I mean, maybe in very niche circumstances you'll see it. You'll see it definitely for the Malians. You're gonna see it a lot. Early double broadaxe. Maybe for the English you could see it. Maybe the English you could see it. The Rus definitely as well. English probably. French probably not. But the French, I mean, the French already get cheaper upgrades though. So how much do the French upgrades cost now? Oh my god, French upgrades are going to be like, they're going to be free. Wait. 50, 100? Isn't that what all of the upgrades cost? Did they? It's 30% cheaper economic tax. Am I? I'm just going to quickly start a game as the French and build a mill immediately. Give me a sec. I just need to see, because all the eco techs are meant to be 30% cheaper, right? Right? The French are going to have the French are going to mine 3 gold and they're going to research 17 techs. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. All right, everybody make a mill. Go, 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 go. How much is this going to cost me? 100 gold for that before, so 30. So it should be 70 gold for an upgrade. Bruh. Dude, French are gonna be crazy. I mean, they're already... Go. All right. Anyway, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but that seems pretty damn good. And so, do the Delhi not get changed? So the Delhi obviously get free techs, but now you've just reduced the time it takes to get the techs and reduced the cost. So Delhi techs should instead of 2 minutes 37. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to check. We'll have to wait and see. Because it's got Civ-specific stuff down further. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So hopefully they've changed Delhi. But, I mean, probably they should have mentioned it here. Like a note. Have they mentioned that here? Let me just read here. We wanted to make these techs a bit more cost-efficient, effective in the early game to increase the depth of economic decision-making. Often you'd skip these techs in the feudal age, and so it was more cost-effective to go castle age first, or wait until high villager counts. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but now it's just like a mandatory thing, right? Like, everybody's just going to you're just going to always get your tech. But I would have loved to have said, like a note here, like, please see Delhi for the changes to Delhi as well. But the fact that they don't say it kind of makes me worried about Delhi. Anyway, villagers, traders, and building construction updates, all civs. Villager repair animation will now look smooth and loop properly when repairing. Thank you. Fix an issue where villagers would drop off only partial resources if their drop-off action was cancelled or interrupted. Wonderful. Fix an issue where villagers would A-pose briefly before harvesting sheep. Fix an issue where villagers would be interrupted while dropping off resources when being struck by an attacker. Oh, this one works so well with that damn scout. Those stupid scouts doing the extra damage and the interrupt. Oh, gosh, I hated that. The return to work command now occurs on all selected structures simultaneously instead of just one building in the selection. Villager torch bonus damage versus siege increased from 0 to +2. Market build time reduced from 30 seconds to 20 seconds, so they're making trade a bit more viable there. Traders will now move out of the way if they are preventing a stone wall gate from being constructed. Thank you very much, traders. Very nice of you guys. Traders no longer stop moving when you assign them to a new home. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Trader cost reduced from 75.75 to 60.60. Build time reduced from 35 to 25. I thought it was 45 down to 25, but it's only 35 down to 25. It's still a massive reduction, though. And the devs have said we'd like to see more trade earlier in the game. This is a step in that direction. We have more efforts planned for future updates. See, now I'm starting to wonder, like, who is the best trading civ? Like, undoubtedly, it is the Malians. Like, this is your S-tier civilization for trade. But then, who comes next? Is it the Ottomans? It could be the Ottomans. It could be the Mongols. Who else has got really strong trade here? Abbasid? French? English trade, meh. Delhi trade, meh. Meh. Okay. We're going to have to think about it. We're going to have to see. All right. Building multiple farms by shift-clicking on top of a mill or town center or granary will now consistent... Oh, they fixed the granary. Okay, because... do I dare go in and do it right now? I'm going to do it right now. I'm sorry, guys. Just give me a sec. I got to check because the granary wasn't working the last time I went in and did this. And so they must have gone in and fixed this. So I'm going to just quickly jump in. We're just going to make it a dry Arabia one. I just want to show you exactly how this works because this is really, really cool, the way that the devs have done this, because it used to kind of work similar, but you had to be pixel perfect with your placement of your cursor. So we're going to use a cheat here as well. So we're going to be using the cheat in a jiffy, which is going to enable me to build things instantly. So I'm going to build my Imperial Academy instantly. I'm going to build my Barbican of the Sun instantly. And that's going to enable me to get up to the second age with the granary. So just to show you how it works with the mills. So you drop down a mill and then you put down a farm and you just click. And you can pretty much just be anywhere. Like you can see my cursor, it might be like over here, but anywhere on that mill, and it's going to be easy to do. Obviously it doesn't go there because it didn't have the space. So when you do it for a town center as well, let's drop down the town center. And the town center, you can see, even though I'm starting my cursor up here, the town center is putting the farm down in that corner. So the whole town center is just always going to be coming down there, and it's just going to ring its way around the rosy. And so now let's check the granary as well, because the granary is always a little bit more difficult as well. So we'll pick out a nice spot. Here you go. Nice little spot next to the wolf. And, oh, it does it as well. Okay, wonderful. They did fix it. Beautiful stuff. So I got to try and I got to try and break it. So when doesn't it work? So maybe if you're looking to try and place the farms, so you always just want to keep your cursor over the actual building. And I think that's the same with the mill as well. So always just keep your cursor over the building. So you're just going to go QW and then QA and then just click, or Q, oh, not QF, but WF. Hold on, where am I? Where's my villager? Is it WF? I think it's WF. No, WD. There we go. So you're going to just go WD and then QA and then just click. Oh, my lord, that's so easy. Now, can I go 2 rows? I can't do 2 rows, though. But I guess I can I mean, that's kind of working there. Let me try and get the second row in over on this farm as well. See, up here, these ones didn't work. Let's try this one. Okay, so it just says cannot build here. But then you can, yeah, see, it feels a bit weird getting that second row in. But you can still do it, and then you just do that, and then you just cancel. But even these ones, they're not all lined up perfectly. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm still happy with that. You give me the first row, and I will accept that. I think that is a victory for the little guy today. So I'm happy with that. You guys should be pretty happy with that as well. Fix an issue where latency affected building placement. Yeah, I know all about that one. Fix an issue where villagers could sometimes idle when constructing a wall with 2 or more villagers. That one was that is really annoying when that happens, because they would idle, and the wall is just sitting there, and it's like, bro, build the wall. Fix an. I was channeling my inner Republican right there. Fix an issue where walls and other buildings could sometimes stomp trees in dense forests, which could result in walls having a gap. Oh. They fixed it. They fixed it. This was a big issue, and this was something that came up quite a bit. You would do a wall across to a forest, and you'd suddenly have a hole in it, and you're like, devs, what's going on? Well, that's what was going on. So, nice little fix there. Buildings, balance change, town centers. So, if you haven't seen this one already, this is a massive change. Town centers increasing on cost from 300 up to 350. The build time also increased by 30 seconds, so up from 120 to 150. And the keep build time has also been increased from 140 up to 180. So great changes there from the devs. Civ-specific changes, Abbasid Dynasty. I'm assuming it's just a whole bunch of bug changes again. Reduced visual scale of the Hall of Uqba. Sure. Abbasid Dynasty have a celebration audio notification when they unlock new levels in their House of Wisdom. Come on, you know we got to go see it. Now, I'm utilizing a skill that I never had the ability to do before. Let's not do that one. Let's do that one. And that is that I can allow cheats and that I can use in a jiffy. So in a jiffy is that cheat that I used before that allowed me to have instant building of things. And that's what I'm going to be using right now. So I'm just going to type in a jiffy, and I just want to hear what this sounds like. If it's anything near what the Ottoman viziers sounds like. Let's try this one. Let's go, guys. Come on. You'll hear it soon. 8, 9. Oh, the celebratory sound. You guys hear that little ba ba ba? You did something good. Congratulations. Does it have a bad sound when you lose it though? Bam, 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 bam. It should. Fixed a minimap issue where Abbasid Dynasty's main town center displays a normal TC icon instead of a capital. Trade units can no longer trade for stone. Stone is intended as a rare resource, so that adding keeps in defensive structures is done with strategic intention. Get wrecked, Abbasid. And a change to the naval stuff. Chinese. This is where it gets important, guys. Pay attention. I'm sitting up for this. I'm literally sitting up for this right now. Okay. Fixed an issue where grenadiers would not display proper visual effects when in shallow waters. Okay. Fixed an issue where the Great Wall gatehouse landmark could be permanently destroyed by destroying the walls surrounding it. I saw that bug. That sucked. Imperial official hotkey is now remappable in the Imperial Academy landmark hotkey section. Wonderful. Added 2 new hotkeys for Imperial officials. Select and cycle. Wonderful. Loving it, developers. Keep it up. Fixed an issue where the Imperial official could not manually drop off taxes at expansion town centers. I'll believe it when I see it, because I've seen that in like 17 different patches and it's never once worked. But I did see on Blade 55555's YouTube video about new Chinese build orders, someone wrote in the comments and they're like, hey, if you double click the drop off when you're dropping off tax, so you pick up your tax from your mill and you double click the town center, dropping it off, and then you shift click back to the mill, it always works. I tested it and it always worked. So just throwing that out there. That is a fix to this. If you are playing China and you're putting your mill on the berries and you don't want to deal with that sort of issue, then just double click the town center, right click, and then you right click back to the mill with a shift click. So that works. Barbican of the Sun landmark. Help text now properly reflects that it can be upgraded with weaponry. Good stuff. Reload drill. So this is the upgrade or the technology available to you in the Imperial Age for the bombard that reduces the time that it takes for your bombards to fire. So the research time for this is now from 90 seconds down to 60 seconds, and the total resource cost from 1,000 down to 500. Not too bad. Nice little China buff there in the late game. China bombards not as strong as they used to be. This is great. This is great. This is making China great again. Granary now contains economic technologies and can be accessed with economic building shortcuts. Wonderful. So that means that you can start. I suspect we're probably going to start seeing. So if we just like go into a game right now, and I'll just. I know I shouldn't, but I just want to show you guys. But I suspect we're probably going to start seeing people do granaries on your hunts. So the same way that people from other civilizations. So you don't see the Chinese do this, but you will see. Every other civilization do this. They will look to put a town center. Let me just get in a jiffy. So you will expect, or you would see a town center go in the middle of the farm right like that, or sorry, in the middle of the hunt like that. And then they would kill all the deer around the town center, and it'll be really safe because the villagers can jump into the town center, and their drop-off point is right in the middle. So it's really good. Compare that to a mill, which has got a much smaller footprint, and it means that there's going to be more walking distance. You put this mill down, and you can see the walking distance here is going to be much greater. Even though it's a deer and walking distance isn't super important, it does start to add up. But so my suspicion is if you've got a good location for a granary, if you've got a good location for your hunt, that you could start thinking about dropping down a granary on that hunt instead, and then with that, beginning to drop in your farms, making sure that you always hover over the granary when you want to drop in those farms as well, just like that. So that's my suspicion that we'll probably see players start trending towards now that you've got the economic techs available in there, because it will mean that you can supervise the granary. It will mean that you can really utilize those economic techs and get your wheelbarrow, get your hunting. I was going to say your hunting dogs, your survival techniques. That's an AoE 3 reference right there. Spirit Way landmark research speed bonus increase from 100% to 150. Good change. So basically this is going to enable you. So before with the Spirit Way, if you would research something from it, it actually researches slower than an Imperial official, boosting that specific building. So if you wanted to get like your elite Shogunate as soon as possible, it wasn't the quickest way to do it through the Spirit Way landmark. Now you get a reduced cost and it's as quick as possible. So good change. Fire Lancer, ranged armor increased from 0 to 1 and elite Fire Lancer increased from 0 to 2. I don't know if they needed this, but I'll take it. Thank you very much. China buffs are always welcome. And of course, I haven't talked about the naval rework, but I will talk about this because this is just epic. Naval rework for the Chinese. Thunderclap bombs. It's a unique tech. It costs 700 resources. It takes 45 seconds to research. Baoshuan gain a nest of bee emplacement. Yeah, baby. Yeah, they get a nest of bee emplacement. It's damn bloody cool. I like it. Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so here we should probably see the changes to the economic tax. So Tower of Victory now buffs all infantry produced from buildings in influence instead of units who move near the landmark. Great change. Fixed an exploit allowing multiple free scholars to be provided when the first 2 mosques finish construction simultaneously. That is a cool change. Or a cool bug. I didn't know that existed, but that is very, very interesting. Clarify the Dome of the Faith's landmark tooltip. It produces scholars cheaper, but at a slower production speed. Yeah, they needed to do that. It was so confusing. Everyone was like, but how does it work? And so it's a buff? No, it's a nerf? No, it's a buff? You couldn't work it out. And the comic book guy couldn't either. So houses built after researching reinforced foundations will now correctly add and remove the correct amount of population. Fixes an issue where scholars garrisoned in a madrasa were immediately killed when the building was destroyed. Not a fun bug. Scholars will now be removed from the global scholar count when a mosque or madrasa with garrison scholars is destroyed. Good change right there. Fixing up all those Abbasid and Delhi bugs. Fix a bug where infantry would assist in the construction of walls before Commandant of the Defender landmark is built. This is a bug that Fitzbro loved to use. So the trick was you would build your stone wall with villagers on the opposite side of the map, but you'd keep them in your base, and then you'd move your spears up to that stone wall, and you'd get them to build a tiny little wood segment of a wall. And then they would just naturally move over onto the stone walls, and they, as long as you didn't interrupt them, they would finish the stone walls. So good thing that this has finally been addressed. This was a great little bug. I say great little bug. It was an exploit, Fitzbro. I'm looking at you. We've got fix an issue where research progress at docks wasn't saved when the technologies were cancelled. Fix an issue where forced marches speed bonus was removed before the unit committed an actual attack. Yeah, this was annoying. You would do forced march and then you would attack move, and it's like, just kidding. So there's no, dude. That is a massive nerf to Delhi. That is huge. I'm literally talking up French right now because of the fact that they get cheaper techs, and the techs that are already or that are now getting a buff are just going to be an even bigger buff for French, because it means that their window to get those techs is so just like I guarantee you we're going to see like some stupid French build order where you get all 3 technologies before, like, or right as you age up, like as you click up, you get all 3 techs, you get your town center down at 620, and you get a knight in the enemy base, and you win the game, guaranteed. GG, easy, typed into the enemy by 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Easy, guaranteed, done. It's bound to happen. And Delhi gets literally nothing. Delhi don't even get a reduction in the time it takes to research the tech. Yikes. Yikes, dude. English. Berkshire Palace Landmark. Well, hold on. Okay. Well, let's address this. Let's address this, okay? Because I just had a couple of thoughts about this. So, Delhi always go for the techs anyways, right? So you're not really doing anything. Like, all this would do would just buff up Delhi even more. Because, like, France is still going to go for 2 TCs. English is still going to go for 2 TCs. Yeah, they're going to get their techs, but it's going to be a little bit later. It's going to be a little bit more delayed. Like, maybe they get them before they castle age, but it's still going to be delayed. Like, it's a buff to them, but at the same time, it's going to change the way that they play. You know what? It's objectively a buff. Delhi probably should have got something to compensate for it. They didn't. Delhi, D tier. English. Berkshire Palace Landmark placement rules now work like other keeps. It can be placed directly on the coast. Great change. Fixed an issue where the King's Palace Landmark had less line of sight than other town centers. Good change. Fixed an issue where keeps were constructing in less time than intended. Another good change. And of course, naval rework. It just gives... I mean, this doesn't change anything. French. Fixed an issue where the economic technology discount was not applying to fishing technologies. I didn't realize that it did, but that is cool. Trader units can no longer trade for stone, so the same as Abbasid. Ooh, this is a big nerf to FFA French and Abbasid as the... they were kind of the top FFA civs, and it changed after a while. Once we realized the power of stone in the late game, I think everyone was like, hey, French is actually pretty good in FFAs. So stone is intended as a rare resource so that adding keeps and defensive structures is done with strategic intention. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I remember initially when the keep change happened and the fact that they were reducing stone from stone outcroppings as well, I was very like, I don't know how this is going to work. You know what? I was like, I don't like this. But now I'm like, it's not so bad. Keeps. Do you remember how it used to be? I remember how it used to be. It was like, I'm aging up and I'm dropping a keep in your face, and then I'm dropping 17 more keeps in your face, and I'm going to use wood to repair it, and you're never going to kill them. You're going to get 4 trebuchets out, and by the time you get the 4th trebuchet, which is finally enough the critical mass, I'm going to have enough springalds to overwhelm you. Anyway, we move on. Holy Roman Empire. Fix an issue where arrows from the Palace of Swabia landmark would spawn in the incorrect position. Fix an issue where the Elsbach Palace weapon range UI was not displaying. The Elsbach Palace now shows the influence icon properly when within influence. That's whether it actually gets into it. Emergency repair icon now properly displays over the Elsbach Palace landmark when the emergency repair ability is used. So I think they fixed that bug. Fixed a bug where Palace of Swabia landmark wasn't increasing population limit like other town centers. Interesting bug. Fixed an issue where the two-handed weapons technology was also granting its bonus to torches. Two-handed torches. The torches are still one-handed. I like that they mentioned that. Fixed an issue with the Tithe Barn technology where it was providing only 20 stone every minute instead of the intended 30. This was a great change. Yeah, glad to see that the Tithe Barns gets fixed up. Mongols. Fixed an issue where incorrect team colors would display on Mongol Uvus. Fixed an issue where units would get stuck or could get stuck in a large stone deposit when building and cancelling an Uvu. I think we played a tournament game. Was there a tournament game where there was like 4 knights that got stuck in the early game? That was pretty insane. Fixed an issue where Uvus would count as a villager working stone on the villager tracker UI element. Well, if that is an issue, well, you've still got to fix for the Malians, because that counts when the Malians have got a pit mine, that counts as a gold villager. Fix an issue where the piracy tech failed to grant the intended resource when destroying ships. Fix an issue where, oh my god, look at all of these issues that they're fixing. Fix an issue where the prayer tents command card could sometimes display unintended duplicate buttons. Fix an issue where idle villagers would sometimes automatically path to a Mongol building that was in the middle of unpacking. So multiple players can no longer build Uvus on the same stone deposit. I didn't realize that was a thing. That is very cool. Added new technology to select all packed buildings. Added new hotkey to select all packed buildings. That's a cool hotkey, actually. Makes a lot of sense. The raid technology's help text now correctly includes buildings that are destroyed while under construction. Early Horseman health increased from 100 to 110. Horseman damage increased from 7 to 8. Yo, watch out, Early Horseman coming up in the rear with the gear. Fixed an issue with the Silver Tree tooltip where it was described as 100% bonus to build speed instead of the intended 50% faster production. And, of course, the naval rework. Now we go to the Rus. Fixed an issue where Streltsy would switch to a melee weapon when attacked by Grenadiers. Interesting. Streltsy's static deployment no longer provides a stacking bonus. It now gives a flat 30% attack speed after 10 seconds. So, this provides visual clarity around the mechanic, and as soon as the bonus kicks in, it's high impact for attacker and defender. So, it does nothing for 10 seconds, and then once it gets 10 seconds, it's like the steroids hit. Interesting. The fine-tuned gun technology secondary cost of 150 food changed to 150 wood to better match the theme of technology. Warrior Monk train time reduced from 45 seconds to 35 seconds to match other units with 240 total resource cost. I never realized that was how they did it. Resource cost was how that was. So this is a big buff to the Great Hall Gate. No, not the Great Hall Gatehouse. What's it called? High Trade House. This is a buff to the High Trade House because it means that you're 10 seconds closer to your Warrior Monk. But I guess your Warrior Monk before was on your Abbey of the Trinity. Yeah. Maybe it is? I don't know. It feels like it's less, it's more impactful. Town center influence increased from 0 to 1 tiles. So here they're talking about the wood cutting. So it makes sense for this. So that way you can sort of link up your 20% a little bit better across your wood lines. Rus Fortified Palisade build time increased from 3 to 7 seconds. Hallelujah. Those things go up so damn quickly. Rus no longer gain bounty from killing sheep. No, please note, we wanted to pull down the huge burst of gold Rus are able to get at the start of the game from killing Gaia. Well, you've done that. And I feel like it might have been overkill here because keep in mind, there is a change to wolves. I don't know if it's mentioned in here. It might be under map balance, but wolves are changed in the way that they work. So think of a wolf at the moment, right? And you'll be familiar with like, okay, you attack the wolf and then you lure the wolf back to your town center and you lure it all the way across the map. And as long as you kind of like keep it within line of sight, like around that, it's not going to lose its aggro. Well, not anymore. The wolf AI changed. And so now it works like a boar. It's got a leash radius. And it means that once it reaches that radius, it just goes back to where it was and just chills out for a bit and minds its own business, and it will never leave that radius unless you kill it and send it to the Shadow Realm. All right. And then we've got the Malians and Ottomans pup feedback. So apparently there was some feedback that was provided to the Malians. So it looks like we've got a couple of new techs for the naval rework. An exploit. Fix an exploit in the Malian trade tax mechanic. Fix a bug where poison arrows would stop functioning when upgrading archers at the Farimba garrison. Good change. Fix a bug where Donzo would play looping attack animations while the spear throw was on cooldown. This was a funny one. Warrior Scouts health regeneration reduced from 5 health a second to 1 health a second, and reduce the detection radius of buildings and units for seeing the Musafadi in stealth. Outposts and scouts remain unchanged and continue to be the intended counters. So good little changes there to the Malians. Now we get to the Ottomans, which don't really change much rather than the Imperial fleet. They also increase the amount of wood that the Ottomans get, as well as the extra or the reduction in military and technology buildings. So they're now cheaper, much cheaper. So down from 150 wood to 100 wood. Janissary build time also got reduced. But Janissary also got changed, so it's no longer a ranged unit. This means that it doesn't get countered by horsemen and mangonels, as we can see there. And the Ottoman Grand Galley now fires all 3 of its weapons instead of only 1. So that is it. Now, there's also been some changes to maps. So we can see the naval map rework here. We've also got some changes on Boulder Bay, Hill and Dale, Lipany. I'm not going to be going through all of these because there's quite a lot of stuff to go through. But we can see that there's miscellaneous map updates where they've done some additional passes on the resource distribution for team games. And that is it. Now, when it comes to AI, I know a lot of you guys do like to play against the AI. So if that is the case, make sure you either pause the video here or go through and take a look at the link in the description, which will have a link to these patch notes, because these are the final patch notes. And we'll, I mean, it's pretty important to see. But look, overall, I'm very happy with this patch. I think that this is a, oh, hold on a minute. Steam trading cards. Watch out. We got Steam trading cards. Looks like we're going to be starting out with 10 Steam trading cards to begin with. So I'm sure there's going to be people looking to try and complete their set. So if anybody's got any English, send them over my way. I got plenty of Abbasids. Not really. I don't know. Maybe, probably. Who knows? I don't know how the trading card system works. I just know that people do it to get the levels. And you try and make it. And then, yeah, anyway, I got no idea. I just know that there's like some dude who's like level 50 million. I don't know. How much money do you reckon he spent on Steam trading cards? It'd be a lot, wouldn't it? Anyway, overall, this patch is an absolutely 10 out of 10 patch. There are a couple of things in there that they're a bit how's your father, the deli thing in particular that's missing. But I think for the most part, this is an absolutely they've hit this one out of the ballpark. They've nailed it. It is beautiful. There's still a couple of things that that we look forward to. And actually, I should double check. Hold on, what have we got down here at the bottom? Do we have that thing that they sometimes mention? Ongoing investigation. Oh, what's on the horizon? Here we go. Whoa. We hope you're excited for all the new content in this update, and we can't wait to share more with you about what's on the horizon as we move forward to the end of the year. We'll be sharing an updated version of our community roadmap to give you a sense of what else you can expect from Age of Empires 4. In the meantime, we're planning on a minor patch in the next month or so that will include balance updates, quality of life fixes, and other important improvements based on your feedback. Don't forget to let us know what you think. So nothing specific. But I didn't feel like they were necessarily missing much. Like, okay, we got the naval rework, we got waypoint markers, we got cheats, we got taunts, we got the caster mode, which obviously just improves my life a million times over. Maps kind of got reworked, and we got a whole bunch of new maps, a few new Art of War challenges, new civs. You know what we didn't get? We didn't get a new campaign. But look, I'm hoping that the devs planning on adding a new campaign with new civilizations. I thought it would. I thought that there was no way that they add new civilizations without adding a new campaign, but they did it, and hats off to them for doing it. Yeah, I guess I gotta wonder about their conversions though, because I know that there's a lot of players out there that love to play those campaigns. But I guess in saying that, that is the wrap up for you guys for the brand new. It says Season 2 update. I think isn't it meant to be Season 3 update? Isn't this Season 3 update? Why does it say Season 2 update? I mean, we're in Season 2, but it's going to... Anyway, Season 3 update. Yeah, look, Season 3. It's Season 3 everywhere. I'm not going crazy. Season 3 right here. Anyway, overall, I think this is an absolute... it's an amazing update. Devs have outdone themselves. Keep up the good work, developers. What do you fellas reckon? Has it been worth it? Are the developers finally bringing Age of Empires 4 back to a state that it should have released at but didn't? I think so. I think it's getting there. But it's been an absolute pleasure going over these patch notes. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.